Hello and welcome back to another video in this channel. How are you Nafade? In this video, we are going to discuss how money works in real life. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to discuss interest as a big topic. Then we're going to go into the two types of interest: simple interest and compound interest, depreciation, saving money, borrowing money, and how can money work for you. These are the main topics we are going to discuss today. Interest. Interest is quite exciting because you get extra money without doing anything. We all like extra money. Like the bank is interested in your money, and that's the reason the bank gives us interest. Means some extra money. That's how the interest works. We keep our money into the bank or any financial institute, which is basically a bank and anything like that. And then they pay us interest for keeping our money there. That's how interest works. Simple interest. Simple interest is very simple, and simple things are not very helpful in your life. Definition: you get a fixed return on your principal amount, and your principal amount is the amount you put into the bank, and your interest amount will not be added to the principal amount. So, as shown in this table below, in the first year, your principal amount is 10,000 euros. Your interest rate is 10%. Then the simple interest you will get is 1,000 euros. That may sound like a lot, but it's not actually in other ways. The total amount will be 11,000, and then it keeps on going. The total simple interest you have in 5 years is 5,000. But the pros of simple interest are: pros basically meaning good things of simple interest. If you're in debt, like you have money to pay to the bank, then the debt goes lower and lower with simple interest. So it gets lower very small in very small ways compared to compound interest. Compound interest is a little complex to understand, but as most complex things, it gives better outcomes. Definition of compound interest: compound interest is interest that applies not only to the initial principle of an investment but also to the accumulated interest from previous periods. So we will see more. I will explain this while in the table. There are many types of compounding. There's annual compounding, that interest is added once a year, which is yearly compounding basically. Quarterly compounding, where interest is added quarterly in a year. So that's 4/12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Interest is added every 3 months. Monthly compounding, as said in the name, interest is added every single month. And daily compounding, interest is added every day. So let's look into the table again. The first year, your principal amount as a simple interest is 10,000 euros. Then we have the same interest rate, and then the simple interest is 10,000, and then the total amount is 11,000. Then the second year, your principal amount will be 11,000. 10% again, then it will be 1,100. So it will equal to 12,100, and then keep on going on and on and on like this. So the total simple interest we earned in 5 years was 5,000 euros. Now the total compounding interest earned in 5 years is 6,105. That's a lot. That's a huge profit. 1,005 euros. Nearly another year to get that much from a simple interest. But the cons of compound interest, the bad parts, are that if you're in debt, like explained before, you have more debt suddenly, and this can rocket away. Depreciation. Depreciation is simple at first, but it gets very complicated. Depreciation is when things are worthless over time. So let's say you bought a car in 2019. Now, will the car be worth the same in 2025? No, of course not. It's an older car. So this is why they do this. Another example is if a person called Deepak goes to the car shop and buys a car for 10,000 euros, and then the next year he goes to the car shop again, but this time the car will be worth less. This amount of decrease is lost to depreciation. The buying cost, let's say 10,000. The amount of depreciation in 1 year is 15%. So it's 1,500. The amount of years is 1 year, of course. And then the final cost is 8,500. See, that's a lot of money lost to depreciation in 1 year. And then in 2 years, it's 20%. So you lose 2,000 euros into 2 years. That's a lot of money. Saving money. As we all know, nobody likes saving money. Saving money is hard, but it gives good outcomes. I have a very good rule for this. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. The 50-30-20 rule, as shown in the diagram, is when you um, change where your salary goes from needs, savings, and wants. Your 50% of your salary goes to your needs, the things you absolutely need, like buying your groceries and things like that. 20% goes to savings account, like if your monthly salary is 10,000, then the 20% of 10,000 goes to your saving, and then the left 30% goes for wants, whatever things you want. Here, there's a thing that explains this. You have a 5,000 euro salary, 50% is needs, 30%, which is wants, is 1,500. 20%, which is saving, is 1,000. And yeah, borrowing money. Borrowing money is when you take money from someone. They give you money, and sometimes, if they want to, they charge you interest. What you both agree on. Joe. Let's take a person, Joe. Meet our friend Joe, a 20-year-old person. He goes to the bank and borrows 100 euros for the interest of 6%. The next year, he has to return 100 times 1.06 for the interest equals 106 euros. This is like interest, but the person who you're borrowing money from can decide what interest you want. Remember those? Annual interest, quarterly interest, monthly interest, and daily interest. How can money work for you? Money can work for you by investing in stocks. Normally, you have to work to get money, like normal. If you invest and work, then your money will rocket like crazy. If I work and I get 1,000 euros per month and get 12,000 a year, I invest 10% for 25 years. Then I will add 100,000 euros just investing 100 a month. That's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Get ready to ask. Do you guys have any questions? If you do ask so in the comment sections. I love answering these questions. Thank you for listening. And if you like content like this, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Share this with all your friends. Thank you.